He's very different.
Well, as John and I know so well from covering Clinton, the permanent campaign has been a part of American politics for 20 years. Barack Obama thought he could get away a little bit without that, and he's learned the lesson that he has to do that. I think that, of course, he's different. I mean, think about it. 10 years ago, he was a state senator just getting into the majority in Illinois. Right. So he had really scant administrative experience before this, and he's had to learn on the job.
I think that's a critical point. You know, David has done brilliant work on both of our last two Democratic presidents, the current one and Clinton. Clinton had been governor. He knew how to cut deals. It mostly Democrats in Arkansas, but a Democratic Party that was more conservative in some ways. He had the chief executive experience. That's my biggest question for President Obama in the second term. What did he learn in the first about being the boss?
Here's my question. Where's the idealism? You know, this is a president, you can argue now he's taking on guns, but why didn't he do that during the first 4 years? And is there some sense that maybe I need to do the things that I didn't do and I wanted to do?
In the midst of all this spectacle, Michelle Obama says she is keeping her kids grounded. We're going to peel back the curtain on the first family's daily routine and see how their lives have changed in the White House. Also, we'll have a live interview with former Secretary of State Colin Powell. Does he expect to see an African-American president who's a Republican in his lifetime? But first, an inaugural flashback.
We must be ready to dare all for our country.
I think the reason so many inaugural speeches are not memorable is they're like graduation speeches. The president reaches for these large themes. We remember Lincoln's, we remember FDR's, we remember Reagan's.
Let us begin an era of national renewal.
We remember JFK's.
Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Sometimes they fall flat. It does depend upon the circumstance. If there's a war, if there's a depression, those are the moments that create great speeches in a certain sense. But it also depends upon the person being able to inject himself into that moment.
Every car we build must make adrenaline pump and pulses quicken. To help you not just stay alive, but feel alive. The new C-Class is no exception. It's a Mercedes-Benz through and through. See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for exceptional offers through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services.
Don't call it depression. Call it by its real name. Don't call it crazy. Call it PBA, pseudobulbar affect. PBA causes frequent episodes of uncontrollable crying or laughing in people with brain injuries or neurologic conditions like stroke, dementia, or MS. For a free PBA fax kit, call 1-800-570-5797 or go to pbafax.com. You'll learn the science behind PBA. It's a neurologic condition, not psychological, and it's treatable. Plus, there's a self-assessment and patient stories. If you've experienced outbursts of crying or laughing, call it what it is. And call now, 1-800-570-5797, or go to pbafax.com for your free kit. There's a name for this, and you're not alone.
Erin Burnett, Anderson Cooper, and Piers Morgan take you to the biggest inaugural celebrations in Washington. Live coverage, tonight, 7 Eastern on CNN.
Hi, I'm Jackie Warner. My weight loss system takes a three-point approach by working with your body to balance its chemistry. First, there's exercise that's actually fun. You'll also get my cookbook of delicious, nutritious 450-calorie meals, plus powerful supplements with thermogenic herbs. It's time to turn your body into a fat-burning machine. Buy one of my products and get another at 50% off only at highhealth.com. High Health and the Jackie Warner Wellness Line. Living healthy every day.
Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of brand new 2013 inventory. 2 huge locations. Alameda County Fairgrounds, Pleasanton. Sonoma County Fairgrounds, Santa Rosa. Over 100 spas on display and everything must go. Spas starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. Come see the revolutionary swim spa in action and save up to 60%. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old spa. Brand name patio furniture. Barbecue island. And saunas. 80% off. 12-month interest-free financing. This weekend only. Alameda County Fairgrounds, Pleasanton. Sonoma County Fairgrounds, Santa Rosa. Free parking. Free admission. Call 1-888-SPA-SALE.
This is CNN.
And welcome back to our continuing coverage of the presidential inauguration. As you can see, the crowds are growing literally by the minute here. A lot of people very, very excited to be here. They woke up early on this cold winter morning here in Washington, D.C., but the sun is shining and the excitement is growing. That is the church where President Obama and Michelle Obama, the First Lady, are attending services, as is tradition on this day. Then they will come here to the Capitol, where they'll have a lunch before the swearing-in begins. There's going to be a lot of performances. Beyonce will be performing, singing the national anthem. So Kelly Clarkson will be singing, as well as James Taylor. There's a lot to look forward to today. A day of pomp and pageantry, parades. It is going to be a moving, historic day. The 4th time that President Barack Obama has taken the oath of office. The first time because of the mistake made by Chief Justice John Roberts. He also took the official oath of office yesterday. That was in a private ceremony, which we broadcast from the White House. Let's check in with our Soledad O'Brien. We've got correspondents stationed all over the National Mall, all over the parade route, to give you a complete look at what is going to be happening today. So just stay with us throughout the day. Soledad, what are you seeing? How crowded is it getting where you are?
Well, Anderson, I have to tell you, it's starting to get crowded because I have one of the best seats in the house, except I don't really have a seat. I'm here, though, with folks who have these coveted blue tickets. Yes, look at that and weep, because they get to be in some of the most amazing seats. These are folks who either are donors or related to people who are in elected positions, and they get to sit right in front of the president. Right there, of course, is the balcony right in front of the Capitol, where the president will take the oath of office. Somebody else who gets to have a great seat in the house, if you're a celebrity, same thing, Angela Bassett with us. She's got a wonderful seat, and of course, you've been very supportive of the president, and this is, to a large degree, a thank you when you get to do this.
Yes, absolutely. I had the pleasure of being a surrogate for the president, this election. Here we are. We finally made it. We're here on this miraculous day.
And it's so much warmer than 4 years ago when we froze. Oh, my goodness. Now, what do you want to hear from the president in his inaugural address, which many people are sort of trying to, guess what he will say?
I think it will be inspiring. It will be grand. It will be bold. And I think it will fire us up, whatever it is. I think it will fire us up.
Looking forward to that. It's great to see you. All right, our blue-ticketed people, we're very, very, very jealous, Anderson.
Everybody's jealous of those seats. Amazing. Also, Eva Longoria is actually going to be on the podium behind President Obama. She is co-chair of the inauguration. She has also been one of the main Latino fundraisers for President Obama and was out on the campaign trail a lot for him. I interviewed her. She's becoming something of a power player here in Washington, D.C., according to the Wall Street Journal, which gave a front-page story to her. Let's also check in with Don Lemon, who's also on the National Mall. Don, how are people around you?
A lot of people, they're actually keeping me warm. They're swarming us. Hey, listen, I just want to show you, that's where Soledad is. That's how far down we're in. And the crowd is really picking up. I heard you, Anderson, earlier saying that the crowd is streaming in by the minute. They really are. And if you come back this way, you can see the monument down that end. And that's the way that they're coming in. They're coming in towards us. These guys who are with me drove all night on a bus from Greenville, North Carolina. Amy, and Pat. How many people are with you?
55.
55. How was that bus ride?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Awesome and exciting. We are here to witness the great event that's going to take place on today, which is our president's being sworn in once again, which is awesome.
You're not exhausted, Amy?
No, we're excited.
We're excited for Obama. Yeah, you guys are screaming 4 more years earlier.
Yeah, more years. I wish we can't win 4 more years.
Yeah.
This is history made all over again.
And were you here last time?
Yes.
Yeah, and you made the trek again.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're excited that you're here. You're not cold?
Absolutely not.
Anderson, they have been standing out here trying to get on television for about 30 minutes now. It was cold, and they've been keeping me warm, and we've all been keeping each other warm. It's warmth and spirit, and, you know, temperature-wise as well. Anderson, back to you.
Yeah, there is a great vibe out there today. A lot of excitement, a lot of very happy people. People feel privileged just to be here to witness this historic day. Let's check in with our Christy Paul, who's down in the crowds as well. Christy?
Yeah, Anderson, you know, about an hour ago, I had some room to breathe, and you can see that has changed now. We've seen this contingent of people come in from all over the place. I've talked to people from Atlanta, Georgia. A guy was here from Columbia. Another guy was here from Ireland. And I've got Mr. Trevor over here in 7th grade. He's here. Well, what do you want to see? Hi. Hi, Granny. Hi. He wants to say hi, Granny. But they are all, of course, here to see President Obama. And we have Lindsay here, too. She was here 4 years ago, and she said, even though the crowds obviously are not as big as they were last year, she's just grateful that she's going to get a better seat this time around. She may not have those blue tickets, but they're definitely going to get a little closer this year than they did 4 years ago. So all of these folks, I've been seeing the hats, the flags, everything's crazy, and they're going to start dancing here, too. So, Wolf, take it away.
Christy, thank you very much. Love the crowds over here. As America's first African-American president begins his second term, today's public celebration falls on a very, very fitting holiday, honoring Martin Luther King Jr. Shannon Travis is over at the MLK Memorial here in Washington. It must be very moving for so many folks over there, Shannon.
Absolutely. For a number of people that I've spoken with, Wolf, that are streaming in, Rangers have told me that thousands of people have been visiting the monument all weekend. One family that I actually stopped and accosted to speak with is this family right here, Wolf. It's 3 generations of a family from 3 different cities in the District of Columbia, and this is the matriarch of the family. Essentially, I'm just going to ask you why it's important for you to be here today, Gloria.
It's extremely important. It's more than important. It's so exciting to be at the second inauguration of President Obama that coincides with Dr. King's holiday to represent the generations that have gone before us.
Thanks so much for talking with us. I hope you enjoy it. Wolf, after this, they're going over to the mall so they can watch the swearing in.
A very appropriate moment, obviously very fitting on this special day. Thank you, Shannon. Certainly not easy getting around here in the nation's capital right now. Not easy on the National Mall up here on Capitol Hill. As you'd expect, security is very, very tight, and for good reasons. There are now plenty of long lines. CNN crime and justice correspondent Joe Johns is over at the one of the checkpoints. What's it like over there, Joe?
Well, if this is the yellow gate, as you can see, a lot of people. We just wanted to give you some idea of the numbers of people. Metro, which is the subway system here in Washington, D.C., says about 113,000 people had passed through as of 8 o'clock this morning. That's running about 1/3 of what it was 4 years ago during the first inauguration of President Barack Obama. Taking a look at the yellow gate here, if you can see through there, I just wanted to give you an idea of the types of police officers who are doing this work. These are United States Customs and Border Patrol agents who are checking the tickets, as it were. Kind of ironic there. Overall, as far as security goes, there have just been a few blips on the radar screen. A guy in a tree over near the west front of the Capitol where the inauguration is going on. He's causing some problems. Last night, probably the most notable problem of all, about 50 or 60 marauding protesters tore up a couple ATMs. The police say it was malicious, felonious destruction of property, but nothing serious. So pretty quiet here so far. Authorities say no trouble, and they suspect it's going to be a smaller crowd, a much smaller crowd, or else people are just going to start showing up very late. Wolf, back to you.
Let's just hope everybody is very well behaved. Joe, thank you. The individual checkpoints for the inauguration crowd is just part of this huge, huge security plan. It's a massive undertaking involving the police, the military, and so much more. CNN's Tom Foreman has the big picture.
The people in charge of security here won't tell us a whole lot about their plans, obviously, for security reasons, but there are some things we know that we can share with you. And the first is that this is an absolutely massive job because the protection actually starts miles outside the city and tightens up as you move in toward the core. The Secret Service is in charge, but they have a lot of help because they have to really tighten down on the middle here. This area from around the Washington Monument and the White House to way up by the Capitol, and they have some very specialized needs in here. For example, think about the president's parade route. When he leaves the Capitol and he heads up Pennsylvania Avenue, he's actually going to be going between tens of thousands of citizens, and in some sections he'll even be out and walking. Guarding that distance takes a lot of bodies. That's why there will be about 10,000 active duty and National Guard troops here to help the Secret Service. In addition to that, there will be about 8,000 police officers from all sorts of agencies, including nearby states, the National Park Service, things like that. And they'll